Despite this chapter being some of his best looking work so far, it seems Toyotaro along with Toriyama have leaned a bit too far into the standard Dragon Ball formulas and tropes to make this month's chapter truly enjoyable. How's it going, everybody? Savvier saying what is good to all my Super Saiyan homies, here to bring you all sorts of Dragon Ball content. Today we're going to be looking at Chapter 73's fight between Granolah and Goku, and what it's going to mean for the future of Dragon Ball. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider hitting that thumbs up, subscribing, and turning on notifications so you don't miss out on any future content. With the reveal of Goku using Ultra Instinct on top of his Super Saiyan forms, it was imminent that we would get Super Saiyan Blue with UI, and the fight that we got was truly gorgeous, bobbing and weaving through the cerulean forest, much like the scene from Return of the Jedi. Yes, I know this is a reference made in DBZA in the Cooler movie, but this is truly what it felt like to me. Seeing Granolah and Goku go blow for blow made for some truly interesting and gorgeous panels. Getting to see Goku's improved use of UI, on top of Granolah's cunning to note when Goku would appear above or behind him, made for some incredibly well-paced and choreographed fights, ending off with a point-blank Kamehameha, which was possibly my favorite shot, not just in the whole chapter, but maybe this whole arc so far. But this is where things started to go astray for me. Granolah is hit with the blast he's sent flying, and Goku knocks himself down to base, seemingly taking more damage himself than he dealt out to Granolah. This is absurd to me considering the fight with Kefla in the Tournament of Power. At this point, Goku barely understood the ins and outs of UI, yet he blasts Kefla clear off the stage with ease, all while zooming past her own attacks and taking no recoil damage in the process, merely falling out of the form due to a lack of stamina. One possibility is they're trying to have the form take a toll on his body, much like the Kaioken Kamehameha did during the Saiyan Saga, but since the whole point of training with Whis was to avoid this wear and tear on his body, that wouldn't really make much sense. While we've seen him use techniques that he was unsure would finish the job at risk of damaging his own body in the past, such as during the fight with Hit, to do so in a life or death situation seems oddly out of character. Things only seem to spiral even further though from here, as we get the absolute gimping of the silver hair UI Goku next. As this happens, Vegeta manages to piece together via the ruins and the legends from his father that it was the Saiyans who eliminated the Ceruleans, and Granolah is their survivor. Though this seems to be a bit fast, there are the context clues of the Ozaru footprints, something that Vegeta is all too familiar with. Now with Vegeta having pieced together the Heater's plot, Goku seems to realize he must fight at his fullest, setting himself up for the silver hair UI. First, we get some excellent shots of Goku showing off his newly honed powers, and Granolah seems rather taken off guard, noting that he can't seem to track his movements or locate his vital points anymore. We get some excellent shots of UI pummeling Granolah, only for it to be revealed that he'd been fighting a multiform clone this whole time. Soon after, Granolah lands a single blow, knocking Goku unconscious into his base form, straight down from perfected Ultra Instinct. There are two things that strike me the wrong way about this. The first being, as stated earlier, when Goku was using UI on top of Super Saiyan Blue, he seemed to have no issues going blow for blow with Granolah, with most of the damage he took being from his own Kamehameha. This is truly, however, a minor surface issue. The main issue I have with this, however, is how it completely diminishes UI's effectiveness and importance. When fighting Jiren and Moro, this power was an end-all be-all, and wasn't a power that Goku had full control over just yet. Now, despite having full control, he's faced with someone with seemingly little understanding of his own abilities. The power of self-movement seems to have stopped moving on its own. While we could say that Goku was taken off guard by the real body, we saw with the clone that he was able to stop numerous attacks without even so much as turning his head. When Super Saiyan was originally power crept, there was still room to grow. This wasn't a ceiling, only the base floor for Goku. In doing so with Ultra Instinct, however, we see what was supposed to be a trump card that rivaled the angels and the gods is now no more than just another color change. Adding the properties of UI to Super Saiyan forms seemed like an excellent way of continuing the form's lore, allowing him to still grow as a character, but leaving Mastered UI as his power ceiling to finish off the fight. Having an antagonist surpass it absolutely diminishes Perfected Ultra Instinct's future appearances. Up until now, seeing this form, we were confident it would have the strength to finish the job, and even now, knowing now that Goku had mastered it, has made this even more so the expectation. While we could have doubted its capabilities in the previous two battles with Moro and Jiren, noting it still had room to grow, we were explicitly told that Goku had now mastered this power. To see the silver hair UI taken out so quickly and easily puts far more doubt into the reader's minds in regards to its next appearance. When Goku does inevitably unleash this form again, why would we have any reason to believe that he could beat Granolah in its second attempt when he was able to adjust quickly enough to negate its defensive instantaneous movements and knock Goku out in just one punch? Even though the last couple of chapters have set up Granolah to be an excellent foil to Goku, this month seemingly stretched the gap between them to be far too wide. putting doubt into the abilities of what many believe to be Goku's strongest form and technique. Much like with Granolah finding the Dragon Balls so easily, Goku and Vegeta training off camera, and the convenience of Granolah living with the only Namekian on planet Cereal, a victory from UI Goku over Granolah at this point would just seem forced, making it difficult to foresee a rational yet enjoyable outcome for this fight. What do y'all think? Is there any way that Goku and Vegeta could end this fight in your opinion that wouldn't seem completely forced? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, I'll see y'all next time, goodbye everyone!